If you are a little bit stuck with the traditional types of granny squares, you really need to try this mix and match granny square. Welcome back to Crochet and Coffee. Today we're going to celebrate 4 of the most used techniques for granny squares. It combines the most popular must-know crochet techniques. It's only double crochets and chains, all packed into one gorgeous square. We will kick things off with 2 rounds of classic clusters, grow it with a solid round, mix things up with a V-stitch, and then we're going to make a clean finish with a grid border. It's perfect for building your skills if you're a beginner, and it's also a great yarn busting project. Let's grab our hooks and dive right in. To set up the first round, I'm going to put a slip knot on my hook, and I am going to chain 4. 1, 2, 3, and 4. I'm going to go in the first chain that I did, and I'm going to slip stitch to form a ring we can work in. You can also do a magic ring if you prefer to do that. We're going to build a regular granny square round for this first round. I'm going to chain 3, 1, 2, and 3. This will count as our first double crochet. I'm going to yarn over, go into the ring. Remember to weave in your, or work over your tail, so you don't have to weave it in afterwards. I'm going to place in 1 double crochet and 1 double crochet next to it. Then I'm going to build my corner, and for this square I'm going to chain 3. 1, 2, and 3. You can test out if you only want to do 2 in your corners, but I find that 3 works the best for this square. I'm going to yarn over and go back into the ring. I'm going to add in 3 double crochets. You can of course also start this round with the magic ring if you prefer to do that. You don't have to do the chain 4 to form the ring. It's really up to you. Do whatever you prefer. Then we need to do a corner, so chain 3, 1, 2, and 3, back into the ring, and add 3 double crochets. 1, 2, and 3, and chain 3 for a corner, and we are almost done. So we're going to add in our last 4 double crochets. 1, 2, and 3, and then we only need to form the last corner, so chain 3 and slip stitch in that chain 3 up here in the 3rd chain that we did in the beginning. This completes round number 1. I have my second color on my hook, and I'm going to attach it with a slip stitch. I have a slip knot on my hook, and I'm just going in up here, and I'm going to slip stitch to attach it. You can also tie a knot, you can do a standing stitch, or whatever you prefer. We're going to do a cluster round again, so I'm going to chain 3, 2, and 3. That will count as my first double crochet. I'm going to add in 2 double crochets next to it. 1 and 2. And I'm going to chain 3 for a new corner. 1, 2, 3. Going to yarn over, go back into the same space, and add in 3 more double crochets. So 1 and 2 and 3. I'm going to chain 1 to get over to the next corner. You don't have to do that, but I find that crocheting in this chain, not around the chain on the next round, looks a little bit better, so I prefer to have that chain. But you can skip it and just, well, it will make more sense on the next round. I'll explain it again. Then we'll move over to the next corner, and in there we do the same as we just did, adding in 3 double crochets, chain 3, 3 double crochets, and chain 1 to get over to the next corner. That was my last double crochet. I'm going to go in on the 3rd chain from the beginning and slip stitching to end this round. Now we're going to build a solid round, so we're going to put in quite a lot of double crochets. I have a slip knot on my hook, and I am attaching my yarn in a corner. Attach your yarn any way you like. We're going to start with a double crochet, so chain 3, 1, 2, 3, like that. Actually, all the rounds start with a double crochet, so that's easy to remember. We're going to add in one more double crochet next to it. And then we're going to chain 3 for a corner. 1, 2, and 3. Yarn over, add in 2 more double crochets. 1 and 2. And all the corners will be built like that. 2 double crochets, chain 3, 2 double crochets. Then we're going to continue with the double crochets. And we're going to work in the top stitches of these double crochets from the previous round. So yarn over and go in, add a double crochet. So do that over the next 3 double crochets, 2 and 3. If you decided to not chain anything between your corners on the previous round, you will not have a chain up here, but you can just go in and crochet between the 2 clusters. I do have a chain, so I'm going into the chain. You can also crochet around the chain if you prefer to do that, but I think it looks a little bit better when the double crochet is in the chain like that. And then we have 3 top stitches, and we're also going to add in 1 double crochet in each. So 1 and 2 and 3, and we're back at a corner, and I'm just going to put in 2 double crochets, and I'm going to explain the double crochet count. So even though you did not put a chain in here, remember to put in 1 double crochet between the clusters. So we're going to end up with 2 in each corner, that's 4. This one in between, that's 5. And then 3 and 3, so 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and 11. So on each side, we're going to have 11 double crochets and then a chain 3 in the corner. Now that was my last double crochet. I'm going to go in on the 3rd chain from the beginning and slip stitching to end this round. That was 3 rounds. So as you can see, we are already out here, and for the next round we're going to work the V stitches, so this will be the orange stitches sitting out here. We are once again starting in a corner, and this time we can just tie our yarn on to this corner up here. Just going to pull it through and tie a knot on the back where it will be hidden. Nice, like that. And again, we're starting with a chain 3, 1, 2, and 3. Again, do a standing stitch or whatever you prefer to do. Then we're going to do the V stitch. So we're going to chain 1 more, and then we're going in and we're going to add a double crochet. And this will count as our first V stitch. It will form as a V stitch when we get back here at the end. We're going to chain 3 because we are in a corner, 2 and 3. We're going to yarn over, go back into that same space, adding in 1 double crochet, chain 1, and 1 double crochet, because that is what a V-stitch is. 1 double crochet, chain 1, 1 double crochet. Then we're going to skip 2 stitches, so 1, 2, and go over to the 3rd stitch over here, and in there we're going to add a V-stitch. So 1 double crochet, chain 1, and 1 double crochet in the same stitch. This one looks more like V-stitches, and on the next round we'll kind of frame them so they look even more like V-stitches. We're going to skip 2 stitches and go into the 3rd over here, and you will know that this is the one that is centered, so this is the one we did in the chain on the previous round or between the 2 clusters. So if you're in doubt about how many stitches you're skipping and if you're in the right spot, you should be in the center. Yarn over, go in there, add a V-stitch, so 1 double crochet, chain 1, and 1 double crochet. And we're not chaining anything between these stitches. these top stitches will be perfect to work in on the next round, and we have enough stitches so it won't crumble up or anything like that. Again, skipping 2 stitches, 1, 2, and go over here, put in 1 double crochet, chain 1 and 1 double crochet, and then we can see if we did the right counting, because we should skip 2, 1, 2, and we're back at a corner. So that's perfect. And then you just start working a V-stitch in here with 1 double crochet, chain 1, 1 double crochet, and your chain 3 for a corner. To finish this round, we're going to slip stitch into our 3rd chain. So remember, we did 4 in the beginning because one of them is our chain 1 between the 2 double crochets. So I'm going into the 3rd chain and slip stitching. That was the V-stitch round, so that would be the last yellow round over here. And now we're ready for the last round. This will be a round of spread out double crochets. I like to call it a grid. Some people like to call it a mesh. But they will be spread out evenly throughout the square. I'm back with my purple yarn, and again we're starting in a corner with 1 double crochet. So I am doing the slip stitch, join up here, and chaining 3. 1, 2, and 3. But we're actually only going to have 1 double crochet in this corner, so we're going to chain 3 more. That will count as the corner. 2 and 3, so a total of 6, and we're going to slip stitch in the 3rd when we get back. We're going to yarn over and put in 1 more double crochet. This will be the corners: 1 double crochet, chain 3, 1 double crochet. Then we're going to kind of highlight the V-stitches. So we're going to crochet in this first double crochet right out of the corner. So this is the first part of the V-stitch. Then we're going to chain 1 like we did right here in the V-stitch. And in the next double crochet over here, we're going to put in 1 double crochet. Then we're going to put in 1 double crochet next to it, so in the top of that first double crochet from the V-stitch. Chain 1, skipping the chain underneath, and double crochet. And another double crochet next to it. So in this way, we're going to have 2 double crochets, chain 1 and skip the chain, 2 double crochets, chain 1 and skip the chain, all the way around. And now we only need to slip stitch in the 3rd chain that we did in the beginning. So you remember we did 6 and we're slip stitching into the 3rd to complete the round and to complete the square. I hope you think this square is just as cool as I think it is, and that you feel like trying it out. I hope that it could also be a little bit of inspiration for you to maybe try and mix and match your own squares. There are, of course, a little bit of math into how you place your stitches. But, I mean, just test it. Try it out. Try to place them and see what works. That was all for today. I hope you enjoyed this video, and I hope I see you in the next one.